Hello everybody, welcome to the 2025 Footywired season. The draft's been done. We've already had one round played already. We could have had two, but things happen. We've had one round played already. We're all ready to go. I'm excited. Let's have a look at the first week's rounds, and then we're going to do a bit of a preview. It'll be one show only this year. Probably no commercials because that was a bit of a waste of time last time. I'm going to be babbling on and talking a lot anyway. So what we'll do now is we'll start off with a review of last week's games, which was round one. It is round one, one and done. As we can see, there were some massive scores. Bombers Forever, for example, got 462, whereas his opponent Rangers only got 311, which was the lowest score of the round. So that was the highest and lowest score of the round, which reflects in the first round ladder. Has a couple of close games as well, which we'll look at. So let's get started with the first game. So let's start off with that first game. As we said, Bombers Forever defeated Rangers numbers 462.5. Not a bad first up score. Is he going to repeat his efforts from 2 years ago when he made the grand final? Rangers Anonymous 311.5. Just same old for Rangers Anonymous. Come on, Kenner, lift your game. But let's have a look at that because there were some outstanding scores here. I mean, everyone from Bombers Forever had a fantastic game. Phil Thorpe, full forward, 36. Rochelle is a half forward. Who would have thought? Did play St Kilda though. So obviously loaded up against the St Kilda defence. 49 for Rochelle. She's alright, but Witts as a ruck, 70 as a ruck against no one for the Eagles, pretty much. Chera and McRae were pretty good, 52 and 59. McGovern's halfback was great, 60, and Robon as a tackler, 55 as a tackler for them there. And as you can tell, Chera was loopholed with 52. For Rangers Anonymous, the outstanding one there was obviously Noah Anderson for 100.5. Rory O'Brien, 49 as a ruck was pretty good as well. And then Taranto was loopholed as a halfback for 39 because there was no other options because there was a laid out for Stephen May. Anyone that both teams missed out on? Let's have a look. Not too much really. I think they both played pretty much their best lineup, but we'll look at the optimised lineups in a second. And as for Kenner, as we said, missed out with that halfback option there. Probably did have another few options there. We'll get to go back this week, which is good for him, but has got a few young guys in his team. So the optimised lineup for that one there. Can we make this one smaller? There we go. 471.5, and Kenner would have got 445. Well, Rangers Anonymous would have got 445, which is a pretty good optimised lineup score as well. The half forward stayed the same. McRae would have gone into utility at 97. Witt stays where it is. Chera stays where it is. Sherer would follower. And McGovern stays with it. Robon stays with it. So almost the optimised score there is just obviously McRae going into utility would have been the better option instead of Sheasel for a higher score. And as for Rangers Anonymous, Canelio is the full forward, Merritt is the half forward. Saligo got 102 as a utility. And then Anderson would have been a better mid, Taranto a better follower, which we probably knew. Loston as the halfback, and Kelly as a tackler. So that's the first game. Let's have a look at the second. Alright, second game was the second destroyed 365, losing to El Diablos, formerly known as Top Guns, with a score of 399. So good new name, new better fortunes, should I say, in Footywired. So 399 for them. Look at the options there in regards to Tom Green got 51 as a half forward, which is fantastic. And Amon was loopholed with half forward Toby Green for 51 as a full forward. And Amon was half forward and loopholed. Everyone else there, Sarong 57 as a mid was pretty good, and Dunkley as a tackler got 56. Look at that, as the utility we got 114 for Dunkley. If we look at some other outstanding efforts there, Shenandoah not too bad, Ron France was a bit down, Dacos was a bit down as utility, but compared to his first week. I suppose Caldwell as a tackler was pretty good, 61 as a tackler. He was outstanding. Actually would have been the best utility in the game last week as well. for that one there. So it's $3.99 to $3.65. El Diablos, paying homage to Talladega Nights. Get the win, go second on the ladder, which is amazing in itself. I think they are. Yeah, they are. Let's have a look at the optimised lineups there. Anyone they could have brought into that team better. It would be 429.5 to 467, so Diablo still would have got the win, but LDU would have been the full forward. Dacos is the half forward, as we've seen Colwell. Gorn speaks for itself. Taconian is a mid for 47, and Horn Francis is the follower, and Keane is the halfback with William Drew as a tackler. For Diablos, it's Ben King, full forward, we've got 72 as a full forward. Toby Green is the half, 453. Dunkley, 148 utility. And Wines is in the midfield with Strong as a follower, Amos the halfback, and Jack Crisp as a tackler for that game there. So let's quickly move on to the next one. It's the game of the round, and that's the game of the round because Sugar Daddies and Punters Paddock, closer scores, 2 high scores, which is pretty good. Sugar Daddies, reigning champion, gets 394.5. Defeated Punters Paddock, 374. Pretty consistent all around. The couple outstanding scores, such as Short as a halfback, 59, Rouse a tackle, 47, and the mids were pretty good, getting 107 between them. And Sherry's a ruck, 55, absolutely dominated. With that one there. Nick Madden was loopholed for 42. Whereas for Punters Paddock, Stengel was a ruck and Cameron, so the 2 Geelong players, 90 between them as a forward line was pretty good. Ed Richards was good in utility at 92. Dawson and Whitfield in the midfield was 111. But where he was let down was Ridley went off at half time with a concussion, which effectively really cost the game for Punters Paddock. So we've got probably got to score over 400. But that's the breaks, and Punters Paddock get the loss. Let's have a look at the optimised lineups. 2 massive scores for the optimised lineups. Sugar Daddy's 468, Punters Paddock 457.5. Fogarty would have been the full forward, with Martin stays as a half forward. Simkin as a utility 104. Is he up for a good big year this year? Cherry stays where he is, and Miller and Dale as the midfielders, and Himmelberg as the halfback, 67. And Rowell stays where he's a tackler, whereas Cameron goes to full forward and Dawson goes to half forward. Whitfield's utility, Meekie goes in there, Richards as a midfielder with Laird, Salem as a halfback, 73. I think he had 27 kicks. And then Bedford will be the tackler. So let's move on to the next game. Maltese Falcons versus Gods of Olympus, and Gods of Olympus get the win first up. 378 to 356, 22-point margin in that one there. Let's have a look for anything outstanding. Tom Green, his midfielder got 60, which is pretty good, and Blake is a halfback, 61, and Liberus, a tackler, got 47. They were pretty outstanding performances there. Waterman went off injured for Maltese Falcons. Would it have made a difference? Who knows? For Gods of Olympus, Marshall played mostly forward and then didn't play the last quarter, so he was pretty down. Other than that, Chad Warner 44 as a halfback was pretty good. Rosie as a follower 59 was excellent, and Wangani Malira, Mick's first pick at the draft, got 63 as a halfback. The outstanding performance there was Tom Atkins as a tackler with 55. So let's have a look at Jordan Sweet 42 is pretty good as a ruckman as well. Let's have a look at the optimised lineup. Alright, so Gods Olympus still would have got the win, still would have been a close game as well. It would have been 448.5 to the Maltese Falcons, 430. Lucky as a full forward got 55. Membry got the same 55 as well. Weeder as a half forward is a bit different. Warner stays where he is. Wangani Malira with the utility, and Libba as the utility, and they were close scores too. The rucks would have been pretty similar, 41-42. Probably this is the difference here. In the midfielder would have been Rosie and Crouch, or Rosie would have been better off there, but then that swaps over with Tom Green. So where's the difference? In the tackler as well. So there we go. Halfbacks, Liam Baker. So that's that performance there. Gods of Olympus getting the win. Let's move to the last game. And it's the last game of round 1. Unfortunately, Gators Bitches go down to Renegades 372 to 348. As a full forward, Norton played pretty good with 45 and more, was loophole with 43, whereas Fritsch did nothing and Rankin was okay with 39. Difference was in the utility spot. DeConey got 103 and had an absolutely great game. And Nank as the ruck, those two played each other on last Thursday night, and Nank got 45. Whereas for me, Grundy got 39 as a ruck, which was pretty good. No one else did any good, to be honest, for myself. Whereas Sicily as a halfback was loopholing, got 63. And even the midfield was 51-47 for home, so it was pretty good as well. And that's the difference in the game for Renegades, who get the win and get their first 4 points for the year. Let's have a look at the optimised lineups, what could have been done, what could have been done differently. Still would have been the win for Renegades, a bigger margin actually, would be 432 to 399. Norton stays where he is when Rankin goes to full forward. Heaney will be in the half forward, and Dylan Moore stays where he is. Zorko comes in the utility, DeConing stays, Nank stays. Bailey Smith will be in the midfield with 66. He had an outstanding game. Track will be in the midfield with me, with Newcomb as follower. Holmes stays where he is, Sicily stays where he is, and Oliver is tackler. But for me, Brian Myers will be tackling. Houston stays where he is. So 432 to 399.5. I think I had the lowest optimised lineup score out of everyone. Alright, so let's look at the team of the round. The team of the round would have got a total score of 583.5 on that one. As we can tell, Ben King would have been the full forward with 72. Dawson as a half forward with 59. Caldwell would have been the utility at 122.5. Jared Rich will be the ruck with 70. McRae is the mid with 70. Anderson as a follower with 61. Salem as a halfback with 73. And Josh Dunkley would have been the tackler with 56. Just something we do want to show you. If you have a look, you can actually look at the player stats and see what everyone's got, who's done what. You can actually get it for full stats, or you can get it for position-wise, see who the best half forward was for the round, and so forth. So you can definitely make those changes. Alright, so there's no really point in going through a ladder for round 1, since it's, just whoever wins in the 5 and whoever ends out of the 5. Andrew is on top with the massive score. Good percentage boost at the start of the season as well. So let's have a quick look at the preview of this week's round. It's round 2 I should go to, really, shouldn't I? Fixture round 2, gonna be there. Game day, let's go to game day. There we go. Alright, so I don't know what the fixture didn't work. Let's try that again, guys. Sorry. After round 1, yeah, fixture round 2. Here it is. Okay, so Gods of Olympus play El Diablos. Punters Paddock play Bombers Forever, who are in some hot form. Both teams actually got good scores last week. Renegades play Maltese Falcons. Seek and Destroy play Gators Bitches. And Rangers Anonymous play Sugar Daddies. If we're going to have a look to see if anyone's done their lineups, quite possibly most lineups still look the same as last week, so I'm going to take that as a no. And considering the first game's tomorrow, Carlton versus Hawthorn, and might not rain, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see how that goes there. Alright, so just quickly this week, tomorrow, Thursday, Carlton play Hawthorn. Carlton bounce back. I actually might not even play Charlie Kerner. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Got like a couple of options up on Tuesday. Bulldogs play Collingwood on Friday night. Saturday afternoon, it's Essendon versus the Crows. Port Adelaide play Richmond. Port Adelaide going to bounce back. Richmond going to get a second win. Interesting. Saints play the Cats. That could be just as bad as last week. Lions play the Eagles. That could be just as bad as last week as well. North are playing the D's. And the last game will be Freo versus Sydney. The bye this week, there are 2 teams with a bye. Gold Coast have a bye and the Giants have a bye this week. That's it for this week. Trying to make it as quick as I can and try to rush through it because I know how much you value your time. But that's it for the Footywired review preview for round 1. Round 2 kicks off tomorrow. Good luck to every single team out there. And yeah, see you.